Today I'm building 4 Privet Drive from Harry Potter because I've been getting so many comments saying build Privet Drive and build different things from Harry Potter. This one guy in particular has been commenting on all my videos for me to build Privet Drive. And honestly, I was kind of scared that he would like kidnap me if I didn't do it. So here we are. And I guess if I'm going to be building his house, I need to look like him. So I've taken my polyjuice potion. I mean, slay. But enough jibber jabber. Let's get started. So I must say, I feel specially equipped to build Privet Drive because I'm from England myself. And if we look up where is 4 Privet Drive, it is in England. Now I've created this new folder, and as you can see, I've got the floor plan. I've got pictures from the movie where this like fatty balloon woman flew away. And then I've got actual pictures of like the outside of the house. We're gonna start it just like randomly here on the plot. And I'd say the entryway is actually only like 2 blocks along. However, in Bloxburg, I'm gonna make it 3 because you gotta think, we have got to fit Harry's whole bedroom under here. Like he has a bedroom under the staircase. So I'm actually gonna make it 3 by 5 because in Bloxburg you do have to slightly scale things up a little bit. We then have the living room. Now if I was building this as a normal sane person, would probably go ahead and add like a little extension. But because whoever built this house was probably high on polyjuice, they just made it flat, looking all basic. And if we see it from the side angle, it doesn't go back that far. But oh my god. Is this the mum? I didn't even realize that until just now. Girl, why do you look so slay? But if we go to our floor plan, which I think this is The Sims, as you can see, this is like the hallway. We got the garage, and it's all basically open plan. And then obviously it all just wraps around in a big blob. Now, I remember this room. This is the lounge room where, you know, they got all the letters flying through the doors. And then that's the dining table where the big fat aunt blew up. And then I also remember there was like the garden, like the sunroom sort of thing here. Now, I don't actually have a pic of the garden. Yes, this is when he barred him in. Oh my gosh, I forgot how good the films were. So that goes there. And then the garage can just go here. That's just 3 blocks wide. And here we have it, guys, 4 Privet Drive. Obviously, it's not looking like it just yet, but at least we've got a start in. Now, I'm sorry, what in the architectural genius are these roofs? They're like just slanted and then flat. And then from the back, they slant down again. So I guess it's safe to say it's like a gable roof. But why is it facing that way? Darling, I want you facing the other way. And they are really steep. You can really tell what it looks like from the front. Now, I want to know just straight off the bat, what is your guys' favorite Harry Potter movie? My one is probably The Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, I'm trying to like make the roof look nice, but we've got this weird, I don't even know what to describe that, like notch at the top. Wait, is it Notch that guy from Minecraft? Anyway, stop getting distracted. What I'm gonna do is basically just add a basic shape.
A few minutes later.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing with this roof. I think we're just gonna have to leave it with the notches in the middle, okay? It's a very small mistake, and it doesn't really even look like a mistake. It's pretty much even, isn't it? Garages. Let's place the door in. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but we'll make it at least the same colors. And this house is actually a very important building in the series. I think it's sometimes underrated, but this house is literally where the film starts, is where Harry lived his whole first, what was it, like 12 years of his life. And so many iconic scenes happened here. Like, you know, this back window, that was where Ron came and picked him up on his birthday. Anyway, you may or may not notice, but I am indeed making some custom windows here. This is quite a popular design in England, which makes sense because it's an English house. And whoa, these look funky. Oh my gosh, you know what that's reminding me of? The Harry Potter rap. Oh my gosh, you guys have surely seen that. It's like 100 million views. It's like... Okay, I do sound demented when I'm doing that, but they basically made a beat over Voldemort's laugh. And there was a lot of funny videos like that, wasn't there? There was also the Scottish Harry Potter.
You're a wizard. A wizard? I'm just Harry. Listen here, Hagrid, you fat oaf.
Okay, so I don't think that I'm going to be able to do that because what the hell is that nest? That literally looks like a bird's nest. Are you guys going to judge me for not using the exact type of window? So there we have it. Those are the main windows in. There then appears to be a little window here, which typically in the UK, these are like little bathroom windows. And the front door is also black. Jesus Christ. I might make it at least dark stone grey so you can see it. Now, I don't know. destroy this woman's face. Why is she just stood like that over the Privet Drive side? I don't know how to get this brick. We do have brick, obviously, in Bloxburg, but we can't change the color of different tiles. As you can see, like, some of these are darker, but we can't really do that. But anyway, I'm just gonna make it like quite a bright linen. That's what it looks like to me, with a hinge of orange in it. Oh my God, I forgot what this crazy avatar is. We've obviously got planks. That's basically what all fences are made out of. But yeah, it's like a, it's quite like an orangey, I'd say, yeah, this browny color. And these houses are semi-detached houses, which basically means they are all in a line. Like, as you can see from this picture here, they're just connected by the garage. And when I see it from this angle, it is crazy what film work can actually do. This just looks like a normal street, but this was it on Harry Potter. So I don't really know how they do it, but yeah, I'm obviously not going to build a whole nother house there. I'm just going to add a fence. And then it appears we just have like a little driveway slash pathway. And then the rest is just some really bright over-the-top green grass. You just know Petunia planted that. And I don't know why Uncle Vernon was so rude. Like, babes, you ain't even related to Harry. Why you got such an issue? Then we can see that this is the iconic number 4. We've got a lantern. We've also got these parts here, which are the fuse boxes, and then some other decorations. Now, ironically, they just added a fuse box to Bloxburg. We literally didn't have any of this before, so it's going to be perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. This is like an overhang roof. BRB. Cut the cameras. Let me fix this.
Cut the cameras.
And then I specifically remember a wall planter being down here. And we cannot forget the wall lantern. No, not an oil lantern. This ain't the Victorian era. Although it was filmed ages ago. Anyway, I'm going to add a tiny painting here. That is far too big. What the hell is that about? Okay, we do have a smaller one with little Tom on it. And I'm just going to like find a number 4 and we're going to put it there. And then we can see we've just basically got some really nice gardening. I should make these road signs more often, shouldn't I? These are a staple of England. So I'm really hoping somebody has a Privet Drive decal. If they don't, I'm going to be blimmin' furious.
I'm so angry!
Let's just look up on here a number 4. No images found. What if I put number in front of it? Yeah, there we go. And then I'm just going to look up Privet Drive. That's a very specific thing for someone to have uploaded. But they have! I was in no way, shape, or form actually expecting that. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys that. If you want really cool bushes, like Aunt Petunia had, then you're actually probably going to need to use trees in the basement. So obviously you need the basement game pass, you need advanced placement to do this. But basically you put your trees in the basement and then you resize them. And as you can see, doesn't that just look like a really awesome little bush? Now, what car did they have? They probably had like some musty old banger like this. If it was back in the 2000s, I have that car somewhere. Where is it? Harry? Use your divination skills. Okay, guys, Hermione has informed me it's in my celebrity mansion, and she was absolutely right. And there we go. That is Harry Potter's house exterior done. Well, technically, we still have the little conservatory out the back to do, which is a really, really fascinating shape. They've only got windows along the sides. That is a very small and weird conservatory you got going on here, boy. Like, you literally have got hardly any light. Whoever built this for you literally scammed you, Vernon, mate. Now, I know what you're thinking, Reese. This does not look good at all. I want you to follow these steps very carefully. We're going to make these black and white, and then we're going to make these walls white. And I know what you're thinking. Well, now it doesn't have the brick at the bottom, whereas this one does. Aha, that's where I've got you guys. We're going to go into the quarter wall trim. I don't know about you, but I'm really happy with that. And I feel like it could be kind of cool out here to add Ron's floating car outside of the window. Sort of like we are in Harry Potter world, like Universal Studios here. And I'm going to add the Breeze convertible. So in we go, and rather than placing in a regular staircase, we're actually gonna have to place in one of these, the modern staircase. But obviously we need to add his little bedroom under there. So it almost looks like a paneled door. I guess we could just use this one, to be fair. Of course, we're going to use a triangle. It just fits perfectly, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. So they've got this old, like, greeny carpet, which we'll add in right now. And I remember here was the scene where Vernon just threw Harry into the cupboard. That he was horrible. And then we're going to have to use a tile on here that I've probably never, ever used in Bloxburg. Like, literally something like this, the swirls. And I have a cupboard just like this under my staircase. Oh my gosh, you can barely even fit a Hoover in it, let alone some poor kid's bedroom. Here we are, guys, in Harry Potter's little cupboard. I'm going to use this pendant light. Now, as for his little bed, which, of course, goes, like, right here. How sad, mate. I have not watched, like, the films in probably over a year or two. I've forgotten how, like, small this is. I actually feel really bad, guys. Is that weird that I feel bad for a fictional character? Probably not. Like, imagine there's a power cut and they'll probably all just come stampeding into Harry's bedroom. And what I find the cruelest is that it's a 3-bedroom house. But at least in the second movie, he got upgraded upstairs. But yeah, I've never deeped how bad it was. They were literally making a kid sleep inside of a cupboard. But there we go. That is all of his possessions. And it literally looks like a mattress. Oh, even this mattress is too big. I'm gonna have to use a smooth cube. Mate, how is he fitting on this? When I lay in my bed at night, I like all starfish. Ow, I'm taking up the whole flipping double bed, mate. How is Harry sleeping on this tufted piece of junk? And I'm gonna use the fabric, yeah, like this texture, which just looks really uncomfortable, doesn't it? So I'm actually gonna upgrade Hazard. I'm even gonna give him a little TV at the end there. Although if Vernon finds out, he'll probably skin me alive. Oh well, I'll just set the Dementors on him. Now, obviously the garage room, we never see this in the movie. So all that we can assume is it's a storage room. All that kind of stuff you'd probably be finding in a garage. But now, guys, is where we can really get started on the funner, more iconic rooms in the show, such as the living room and the kitchen. So this is the kitchen. Oh, is this The Sims? I thought this was real life. They've literally got the real life pictures. Oh my god, Vernon is such a slop. He literally is like if a slug took human form. And yeah, there's not really any real life pictures of it, just The Sims. And we basically just got a bunch of different style wallpapers. So we've got some like vertical wallpaper going on here. We got some more of those funky tiles. I am having to slightly improvise with the floor, okay? We're just going to be making it planks. This may or may not be because I wanted to sneak a little bit of just reality in here, to be honest with you. Now then, it is time to use the counters. And for once, guys, we might actually not have to colour the counters. It literally looks like this old brown shade. But yeah, the kitchen wraps all the way around the back corner of the house. Is it just me? I don't see no fridge. It must be one of those kind of modern fridges, actually, where, you know, they have a fridge, like, inside of the cabinets. I think that's what's gone on here. And, oh, wait, there's the oven we can see. So I guess the sink was over there. That's very common for the sink in the UK to be under the window. And do you know what it is? Cue the ancient myth music. Basically, the idea was that when you wash dishes, you had to always be looking out your house in the olden days, just in case one of the local peasants came and smashed your windows. I'm joking. That is literally absolute rubbish. And to be fair, their kitchen was well messy, so enjoy my messathon, adding in all of this absolute gunk that flipping Petunia can choke on, horrible woman. And so, guys, I've actually managed to add quite a fair amount of clutter, I think so. And I'm going to add a microwave. Now, the dining room is very, very easy because it's literally a round table. It's a proper posh one, though. This proper posh round table, and then they have just 4 seats because one for Petunia, one for Vernon, one for the little boy, and one for the aunt. And why the hell is there a TV over there? That is a very weird position to have a TV. Also a dog. And we can see we've got some wall trims. And this is what I've got going for the dining room so far. I absolutely love this. And then they sort of have like the planet light for the kitchen. Or the glamorous ceiling lamp. Yeah, it's literally this. All right, let's now switch it to Privet Drive Conservatory. Oh my gosh, somebody's like 3D sketched it. I was going to say, is this actually like something that people do? We can see in there, and basically through here, it's just some seats really. A radio, some flowers. And for the floor design, I'm actually really excited for this. Building we are going to make all of the floor this cocoa marble. And then we're going to add diamonds in the middle. Now, normally I make my diamonds go all the way to the end like that. But with these ones, you make it just shy. And then we're going to paint these to be white. Then you place all of them in. And then you use the fence item. And you basically outline all of that again. And it just creates this really like cool looking floor.
A few minutes later.
And there we go. That's such a cute little room. Now, I don't know if it's like too dark in here, but I think that's kind of how it was in the film. Now, the next room is the living room. And oh, sorry, I just like, smashed myself there. And it looks like we've got like an old-fashioned carpet here. That is so perfect for this room. But other than the lighting in here, which is just like a chandelier, I'm actually gonna go upstairs because the lounge room is really the only room that we have left that we actually know what it looks like. Obviously, for the upstairs room, we're gonna have to mostly improvise and guess. But again, there's really not that many pictures of this online. All that I could really find was some paintings going up the wall wall. Now, you guys know how I always say, in the UK, you can't really have windows on the side of your house. This is why, especially in a semi-detached look, no matter where we put it, guys, there is no space for the windows. But this is actually an incredibly realistic upstairs hallway for like an old style house. But I've started off with the parents' bedroom because based off the theme of the house, all we really need is like Vernon's reading glasses, maybe his watch, and then, wait, he has a gun, but that's when they move out to that really weird house. After Harry talked to that snake, they just moved to this flipping like dark web looking house. But anyway, here we go. We've got a nice big bed, and then over here are gonna be the built-in wardrobe. So for Dudley's room, I mean, he was still a kid at the time, so he probably had, well, he was quite a spoiled kid, so he probably got quite a nice big, one of those bunk beds with a desk underneath it. Oh, those were sick. And then we're gonna add like the little play area on the floor. Oh, it's kind of cute. And now we have a room that we can actually base off a real life picture. Ron, I see you, I see you. So when I looked up Harry's room, this is what it is. So we can see he's actually got upgraded to what looks like a hair in the head. Lucky boy. Now, I specifically remember this desk. It was another very sad scene. It was where he was not getting any of his letters from Hogwarts. He was writing all of them to his friends like Hermione and Ron, but he wasn't getting any of them. Now, I am going to move this door up ever so slightly because I also remember from the show, this is where Harry had to shove Dobby inside the wardrobe, and I absolutely love that for upstairs. So the final room is the lounge room. I don't know why I was like shading their kitchen earlier, because they've got so much nice stuff, like literally the Victorian style. They've even got like this plate. I'm literally having to reach into the Valentine's plate to get things this fancy in Bloxburg, but at least we have the Valentine's plate. And do you know what would have been really cool, guys? If we could somehow add a bunch of floating letters in here. And this is, of course, when Vernon, whatever his flipping name was, when he tried to border up all of the letterboxes and stuff, basically all of these flew through the doors. So there we have it, guys. That is for Privet Drive. It's time to go home, Harry. Okie dokie, guys. If you're curious, this plot values at $229,000, which is very, very cheap, actually, for what this house is. I wonder how much it's worth today. Oh my gosh, Privet Drive is worth $500,000. I wonder if that is because, like, it's a famous house. And just in case you're curious, this is the real life exterior, and this is my exterior. So I think that I got it pretty smack bang on. Oh my gosh, exposing my head in here. But yeah, the first room that we actually have is the garage. We might as well look in, because this was just a hidden extra. So I'm going to try and add as many pictures as I can as we go along this, just to compare. But here we are in the entryway. I've got my wand, Vernon. Now you let me go, or I'm going to start raking the carpet. But yeah, of course, this is where our film starts with poor Hazza in his little bedroom like this. He's just sat here, sad as you like. How actually sad is this, guys? But as we go through here, this is the kitchen, and I think this is probably what I did the most realistic, like this whole area here. I genuinely feel so much like I'm in the film right now. It's gonna get me a bit giddy, actually. I love this. This feels like it could be like quite a cute Insta pic. Slay. And the only scenes that we really have in here is where she had the dinner party, and then finally we have the conservatory, and all this is really relevant for is when the woman flies out of the window. Now, as we head upstairs, we have a few different rooms. We actually have quite a nice like Bloxburg style bathroom up here. We then have the little other boys room. I say little, it's flipping enormous, mate. And then in here is the Dursley parents. And I've saved the best till last, guys, Harry Potter's bedroom where little Dobby was. Now, I don't remember these from the films, but I remember his chest, his bed, and Ron.
Harry, it's me, Ron.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe Ron's actually here. Quick, get me out, get me out. So there we have it, guys. I do hope you enjoyed watching me film this video. Let me know if you do want any more Harry Potter videos, and stay magical.